You've made it past 70, but how much time do you really have left? As we age, the years don't just pass, they start to feel more precious. Each one becomes a quiet reminder that time isn't endless. But here's what most people don't realize. Your body has been sending signals about your longevity for years. You just haven't been paying attention. Some people stay sharp, strong, and full of life. Others slow down, struggling with fatigue, illness, and a noticeable decline. So what causes such a huge difference? The answer lies in key signs, scientifically recognized indicators that doctors and researchers have observed in people who live long, healthy lives. In this video, you'll discover 7 powerful signs that could reveal how long you might live. This isn't rumor or superstition. It's backed by hard data and years of medical insight. And more importantly, you'll learn how to take action, starting today, to increase your chances of living longer and stronger. Don't skip a second, because the smallest overlooked detail could end up changing the rest of your life. Let's begin this journey of life right now. Sign number 1, your walking speed. One of the strongest predictors of how long you might live after turning 70 isn't in your DNA, medical records, or even your diet. It's something much simpler: your walking speed. Studies have shown that people who maintain a brisk, steady walking pace in their 70s tend to live longer than those who slow down significantly. That's because walking speed is directly tied to overall health, muscle strength, cardiovascular fitness, and even brain function. Think about 2 men, Joe and Frank. They're both 75. Joe walks every morning, keeps a steady pace, and has no trouble crossing the street or climbing stairs. His movements are smooth, balanced, and confident. Frank, on the other hand, used to be active but has slowed down a lot in recent years. He struggles to keep up with others, takes frequent breaks, and sometimes feels unsteady on his feet. While Joe's pace suggests his body is still functioning well, Frank's declining speed could be an early warning sign that his health is heading in the wrong direction. Walking slowly or unsteadily isn't just about getting older. It can signal deeper problems like muscle weakness, poor circulation, or even early neurological decline. Your legs are your foundation, and when they start to weaken, so does your body's ability to bounce back. The good news? Walking speed is something you can improve. The more you walk, the stronger you get. If you've noticed yourself slowing down, don't ignore it. Start making small efforts to build strength, whether it's walking more, using light weights, or doing simple leg exercises. Because in the end, the speed you move through life might say more about how long you'll keep moving than anything else. So pay attention to your pace. It might just be the simplest longevity test you'll ever take. Sign number 2, the strength of your handshake. Believe it or not, the strength of your handshake can reveal more about your future than you might think. Research has found that grip strength is one of the clearest indicators of overall vitality in older adults. A firm, steady handshake signals strong muscles, good blood flow, and a well-functioning nervous system. On the flip side, a weak or flimsy handshake could be an early red flag pointing to muscle loss, frailty, and even a higher risk of serious health complications. Take Robert, for example, a 78-year-old who's always taken pride in his strong handshake. He stays active, lifts light weights, and has no problem opening jars or carrying groceries. Then there's Walter, also 78, who started noticing that simple tasks like twisting off a bottle cap or lifting a heavy bag are getting harder. He chalks it up to aging, but what he doesn't realize is that his weakening grip might be a warning sign of muscle loss, and that can lead to falls, injuries, and even a shorter lifespan. Your hands reflect the overall strength of your body. If your grip is fading, chances are the rest of your muscles are too. And the more strength you lose, the harder it becomes to stay independent, active, and resilient. The good news? You can rebuild it. Simple exercises like squeezing a tennis ball, using hand grippers, or carrying light weights can help maintain grip strength and keep your muscles healthy. So take a moment and test your grip. If your hands feel shakier than they used to, or everyday tasks are becoming tougher, don't brush it off. Because the way you hold on today might just tell you how well you'll be able to hold on to life in the years ahead. Sign number 3, your ability to stand on one leg. Balance isn't something most people think about until they start losing it. But your ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds is actually one of the strongest predictors of how long you might live. Researchers have found that people who struggle with balance are more likely to suffer from falls, injuries, and even cognitive decline. On the other hand, those who can maintain good balance well into their 70s tend to live longer, healthier lives. Picture two women, Carol and Nancy, both in their early 70s. Carol has always been active. She walks daily, practices yoga, and can lift one foot off the ground for several seconds without wobbling. Nancy, on the other hand, hasn't paid much attention to her balance over the years. When she tries to stand on one leg, she immediately starts to tip over and needs to grab onto something for support. What Nancy doesn't realize is that this loss of balance isn't just inconvenient. It's a warning sign. Her coordination, muscle strength, and even brain function might be declining. Good balance depends on strong legs, a responsive nervous system, and a healthy brain. If you're tripping more often, feeling unsteady when you turn quickly, or relying on walls and furniture to steady yourself, it's time to take action. The good news? Balance can be improved. Simple exercises like standing on one leg for a few seconds each day, walking heel to toe, or practicing gentle Tai Chi can help restore your stability. Try this quick test right now. Stand up and lift one foot off the ground. Can you hold it for 10 seconds without wobbling? If not, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Because the more you train your balance today, the stronger and more stable you'll be in the years to come. Sign number 4, your sleep habits. How well you sleep at night can tell you a lot about how long you might live. Sleep isn't just rest, it's when your body repairs itself, strengthens your immune system, and clears toxins from your brain. Studies show that people over 70 who maintain regular, high-quality sleep tend to live longer and stay healthier. Meanwhile, those who struggle with poor sleep face higher risks of memory decline, heart issues, and a weakened immune system. Think about two men, Henry and Bill, both in their mid-70s. Henry has a consistent bedtime routine, gets about 7 hours of sleep a night, and wakes up feeling refreshed. Bill, on the other hand, tosses and turns, wakes up multiple times a night, and often struggles just to fall asleep. Over time, Henry's body keeps running smoothly. His mind stays sharp, and his energy levels are steady. But Bill starts experiencing brain fog, daytime fatigue, and even shifts in blood pressure, all linked to his declining sleep quality. If you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, struggling to fall asleep, or feeling drained even after a full night in bed, don't ignore it. Your body is trying to tell you something. Poor sleep can stem from many things: stress, poor diet, lack of movement, or even undiagnosed issues like sleep apnea. The good news? You can improve your sleep. Simple changes like cutting screen time before bed, sticking to a routine, getting morning sunlight, or avoiding heavy meals late at night can make a big difference. Sleep isn't just about feeling rested, it's about giving your body and brain what they need to function at their best. So tonight, pay attention to how you sleep. If you're waking up exhausted, struggling to fall asleep, or your sleep has changed over the years, it's time to make a shift. Because how well you rest today could shape how strong and healthy you are in the years ahead. Sign number 5, your appetite and eating habits. How you eat after 70 is one of the strongest indicators of your longevity. A healthy, balanced diet keeps your body strong, your immune system resilient, and your energy levels high. But when your appetite suddenly fades or your eating habits decline, it could be a sign of deeper health issues and may even accelerate aging. Take two women, Margaret and Susan, both 74 years old. Margaret enjoys her meals, eats a variety of fresh, whole foods, and maintains a stable weight. She looks forward to preparing her own food and feels energized throughout the day. Susan, on the other hand, has noticed she's just not as hungry as she used to be. She skips meals, relies on processed snacks, and has unintentionally lost weight over the past year. What she doesn't realize is that her decreasing appetite isn't just a minor change. It's a warning sign. Her body may not be absorbing nutrients properly, which can lead to muscle loss, a slower metabolism, and a weaker immune system. A loss of appetite in older adults is often linked to underlying health issues, digestive problems, hormonal changes, or even early signs of cognitive decline. And when you don't eat enough, your body starts breaking down muscle, which leads to frailty, weakness, and a greater risk of falls and illness. If you've noticed changes in your eating patterns like feeling full too quickly, losing interest in food, or dropping weight unexpectedly, it's important to take it seriously. Healthy eating after 70 isn't just about staying full. It's about fueling your body with the nutrients it needs to keep going strong. Focus on whole, nutrient-rich foods. Stay hydrated. And don't ignore a fading appetite. It could be your body's way of telling you something's off. So ask yourself, do you still enjoy your meals? Are you getting enough protein, fiber, and healthy fats to support a strong, resilient body? Or have you noticed your appetite and energy dipping? Because the way you eat today plays a direct role in how healthy and independent you'll be in the years ahead. Sign number 6. How you handle stress. How you manage stress after 70 says a lot about how long you might live. Chronic stress doesn't just mess with your mood, it weakens your immune system, raises your risk of heart disease, and can actually speed up aging. On the flip side, people who know how to handle stress tend to stay healthier, sharper, and more active as they age. Take John and Richard, both 76. John faces the same challenges as anyone his age: surprise bills, health scares, family issues. But he's learned to deal with them calmly and steadily. He practices deep breathing, stays socially connected, and doesn't dwell on problems longer than necessary. Richard, however, holds on to stress. He constantly worries about things he can't control, gets overwhelmed by even minor setbacks, and often finds himself stuck in negative thinking loops. Over time, that ongoing stress starts taking a toll. His blood pressure rises, his sleep suffers, and his energy dips. Chronic stress triggers inflammation in the body, and that's been linked to nearly every age-related disease, from Alzheimer's to heart conditions. If you often feel tense, irritable, or emotionally drained, don't brush it off. Finding ways to manage stress through mindfulness, exercise, deep breathing, or even laughter can help you live longer. Ask yourself, when life throws you a curveball, do you adapt and move forward? Or do you hold on to worry and let stress run the show? Your ability to stay calm, solve problems, and focus on what you can control isn't just good for your peace of mind, it's a major factor in how long and how well you live. Sign number 7. Your social connections. The strength of your relationships might be one of the clearest indicators of how long you'll live after 70. Study after study shows that people with strong social ties, whether through friendships, family, or community involvement, tend to live longer and stay healthier. On the flip side, loneliness has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and even early death. Think of 2 women, Eleanor and Barbara, both 78. Eleanor leads an active social life. She stays in touch with old friends, attends a local book club, and loves spending time with her family. She looks forward to conversations, laughs often, and feels deeply connected to those around her. Barbara, however, spends most of her time alone. Over the years, she's lost touch with many of her friends. Even though she has family, she rarely reaches out. As time passes, she starts feeling isolated. Her mood declines, and so does her overall health. Human connection isn't just emotional support, it plays a direct role in physical health. When you engage with others, your brain stays active, your stress levels drop, and your body releases chemicals that promote wellness. If you've been pulling back from social activities, avoiding phone calls, or spending more time alone than you used to, it might be time to make a change. Staying connected doesn't mean you have to be surrounded by people all the time. Even small efforts, reaching out to an old friend, joining a group with shared interests, or making meaningful conversations part of your routine can make a big difference. Because the relationships you build and maintain today don't just bring joy, they help ensure you stay healthier and live longer in the years ahead. Now that you know these 7 powerful signs, whether you're feeling strong or starting to slow down, here's the good news: you still have a choice. Every step you take, every good night's sleep, every healthy meal, it all adds up to a life worth living as you age. Longevity isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to those years. If you took something valuable from this video, share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next insight into health, aging, and living well. We'll see you in the next video where we live longer and live better together.